Hey DJ, we're back in the studio and it's the summertime. You know what that means.
I have to remove my Speedo to get a proper tan.
Ew, no. It's summer blockbuster season, you weirdo. That's what I was getting at. Wait, you wear a Speedo?
Not when I'm tanning.
Oh, dear God.
We're a couple of guys who like to watch movies, cinema nerds who made it our duty to make a show where we break down, discuss, and review. Hey, we're the men who watch movies.
Hello, everyone, and we are the men who watch movies.
Oh yeah!
I'm Alec.
And I'm DJ the Movie Man Wagner, also known as the COE of the Men Who Watch Movies. And we're back!
That's correct. And, we've been taking a little hiatus again. Sorry about that, guys. Our one follower. Hi, Mom. No, we took a break. You know, life gets in the way. We intended to come back. Our last episode was around like April 2nd, and we had just learned that the late great Val Kilmer had just passed away. And we planned on doing a tribute episode, but things. You know the way things go, and then stuff happens. We get busy, and here we are months later. But we'll bring up Val Kilmer. We're going to also talk about, all the movies that we've seen while we've been away. But first, before we get into all that, we're going to do what we do and talk about this crazy industry. This week in movie news. Cue that intro. Ooh, that was long. All right. We have a lot of great movie news for you this week. Our first bit of movie news, The Batman 2. It's still happening. The rumors that The Batman Part 2 have been canceled are about as fake as Trump's declaration of peace between Iran and Israel. Despite the internet buzz, James Gunn has confirmed the film is still happening, with director Matt Reeves hard at work on the script. The release has been pushed to October 1st, 2027, with filming expected to begin late this year. Gunn admitted having multiple Batmen is a bit confusing, so obviously their plan on working on the DC Universe version of Batman, in conjunction with also doing the Robert Pattinson film. They were toying with the idea of including him in the DC Universe, but it's very different tonally. What do you think?
I think it would be interesting, to introduce a new Batman into this new world of movies and whatnot. But Robert Pattinson in the first Batman, awesome, just really good. Very
dark,
intense. Nirvana soundtrack, really awesome.
Oh yeah, I love that. It took what. I'm drawing a blank here. The guy, Christopher Nolan, took what Christopher Nolan did and really ran with it. Took it into a more dark and brooding place. I definitely think it wouldn't fit in the James Gunn universe. He seems to be going very comic book, very... I like what he's doing. A lot of the Snyder stands are going nuts. But, I love this. I liked what they did with the Snyderverse, but I like what James Gunn seems to be doing. And he's really trying to create this universal, unified vision. That's the word I was looking for. Unified, which is something they didn't have before. They were all over the place tonally. So I'm excited. What's going on in the new DC universe? Would you agree?
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree, 100%.
Definitely. More DC news. James Gunn revealed that an indirect sequel to Superman is already in development, though he clarified it won't be a traditional follow-up, meaning it won't center on Superman himself or continue the storyline directly. Instead, the sequel will be expanding on the DC universe by focusing on other characters and events that stem from the world introduced in Superman, similar to how Peacemaker it's kind of like it branched off of the Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did, and expands on that universe. So it's not like a direct, it's a sequel. It kind of shows you other characters in that universe. I don't know. I wish they would just do a direct sequel. I mean, this Superman movie that's coming out in July. Looks excellent. Hopefully they don't make the same mistake that they did with what we saw in the Snyderverse, where they had Man of Steel, and it was a good movie, and then they jumped right into Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. I felt that they were just trying to catch up to Marvel. They were going light speed, and they made a misstep for the most part. Of course, there's a lot of fans of that movie as well, but hopefully James Gunn, he seems to have a plan. So, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to do an indirect sequel, or do you want to see a direct sequel to the new Superman movie?
I can see a new one. What's his name is playing Superman? It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, David Cornsweet.
And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
He looks great.
Oh my God, he looks awesome.
I love him in anything, and he seems to be perfect for this role. Have you seen that latest clip?
The Jimmy Kimmel one. Oh yeah, it's good.
There was one clip that they put out where Superman learns that his dog has been kidnapped, almost like a James Wick kind of situation. And he comes bursting through Lex Luthor's office. Did you see that clip?
I did. I was like, put something fresh. Like, what is it about the dog? I I understand about dogs and they're wonderful pets, but
no, I didn't have a problem with that. And it makes sense, and I think it adds to Superman's character that he would care so much about this little creature. It shows you his moral integrity and stuff like that. I didn't mind the whole dog thing. But what do you think tonally? Like, it's very different from anything we've seen before.
Well, the thing was that it's Nicholas Hoult. He's playing Lex Luthor for the first time. David Cornsweet, who's playing Superman, and basically he just going all John Wick on Lex Luthor. He's just angry, and he has that ferocity.
Yeah, I was surprised at the way he yells. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and he was I think he's British in real life, but I think he was practicing on his American accent, so he got it down. So yeah, I didn't know they were gonna put Krypto in this movie, but this is gonna be different. And Will Reeves, the son of Christopher Reeves, is gonna make a cameo. So that ought to be good.
Yeah, that's great. That's great tribute. Better than that CGI Christopher Reeves in The Flash. All right, moving on. Punisher is joining the new Spider-Man film. Jon Bernthal is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. What do you think about that?
That's going to be awesome. Jon Bernthal, like I said, I already saw the Daredevil Born Again season 1. Awesome. I had no complaints about that. It's just that when I first heard about it, and they were originally going to water it down, make it PG-13 and all that stuff, and it's like, fans want to see gritty, hardcore action. They don't want to see a PG-13 version of the Punisher. And I believe in the interview that Jon Bernthal was going to get mad if they were going to put his Punisher and make it PG-13. I get where he's coming from. It's gritty, it's awesome, it's like, ooh, it's good.
Yeah, so that brings the question to mind, like, what are they going to do with the character in the Spider-Man movie? Because Spider-Man seems to be a little bit more family-friendly, in tone compared to the Punisher, who, he's out there running and gunning. I wonder if they're going to tone down the Punisher, or if they're going to keep that grit and make this a darker Spider-Man movie, which is something that's we haven't seen before. We haven't really seen the darkest they've gotten, I think, is like the Andrew Garfield movies, but even then they were still pretty family friendly. The PG-13, I wonder if they're going to imagine an R Spider-Man movie. That'd be interesting.
Whoa, that'll be good. We'll
see what happens. I don't know, but I love Jon Bernthal. He was great in The Walking Dead. That's where I was first introduced to him, and I'm glad he's the Punisher again. And then to see him on film, he needs his own Punisher movie. Actually, they're doing a Punisher special feature for Disney Plus, and they're toying with the idea of putting it as a feature film because they're really happy with the way it came out. They've been working with Jon Bernthal directly to make sure it fits with the tone of the character, and because he's really, like you said, he really values playing that character. And so they might put it out in theaters. That'd be interesting. He deserves a run in the big screen. Right.
That he does.
Right. Moving on, some Disney news. Incredibles 3 is happening. Peter Sohn to direct Incredibles 3. Pixar has tapped the director of Elemental to helm the third movie in the franchise. It's finally moving forward with a sequel. The fans have long awaited. I don't know. Have fans long awaited a third Incredibles movie? Especially after the second one, I think it got mixed reviews. I didn't mind it, but the first one just holds such a high standard, and that's old school Pixar. I think that was like right before they got acquired by Disney. I know they always partnered with Disney, but remember then they officially got bought out by Disney.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But there's nothing quite like those original OG Pixar movies. I don't know. What do you think about a third Incredibles movie?
I think it would be good, but are they gonna bring back Craig T. Nelson? Are they gonna bring back the other?
I'm assuming so. I don't see why not. He's still working, even though he's old. He was in Coach. Anyway, anyways, the film is expected to explore new family dynamics and introduce a fresh generation of Soups, continuing the blend of action and domestic comedy that made the first two installments hits. I think a lot of people regard it as the best Fantastic Four movie, even though it's not obviously the Fantastic Four. It's something that a lot of the other actual Fantastic Four movies missed tonally. And captures the spirit of those characters. I mean, they're very similar, being a family of superheroes, trying to get along. They have very different personalities. So I could see the comparison there. But we'll see what this one holds in store. Like I said, the second one wasn't my favorite, but I still enjoyed it. More Disney news. Disney is officially developing a sequel to its live-action Lilo and Stitch remake, which premiered on May 23rd. Director Dean Fleischer-Camp hinted that the sequel would only proceed if the concept felt genuinely right. But Disney Entertainment co-chair Alan Bergman signaled openness by noting that the story has a natural potential for continuation following the remake's strong box office debut. Which grossed a record-breaking $183 million over Memorial Day weekend. So it did really well. I think it was one of their better attempts at a live-action remake. Have you seen the Lilo and Stitch remake?
I don't think I have.
I saw it. I took my daughter. We enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, it doesn't have a lot of the charm that the original had, but it was a solid entry. I think the strong point of the remake was the choice in casting. The little girl they got for Lilo was spot on, and then all the rest of them were pretty spot on. The one I could have done without was Zach Galifianakis, but he was okay. I mean, I get why they put him in. That for the parents, and say, "Oh, I know that guy, and let's go see the movie and whatnot." But he was just whatever. But the rest of the casting was pretty spot on. Like I said, it was missing a lot of those character nuances, especially for Lilo. She's very quirky in the original animated feature. I feel like they were missing a lot of those little quirks that made her hilarious. But that's no fault of the little girl. She did an excellent job. I would definitely highly recommend it. And yeah, we'll see what this new sequel brings. I haven't seen the second animated Lilo and Stitch. There's many entries in the animated version, and I've only seen the OG movie. Yeah. So that's good for them. They finally did a live action Disney movie right. There are others, and there are others to be fair, but this is one of the best ones in recent memory. All right. Moving on. Spaceballs 2. Who saw that coming? Did you ever think they would make a Spaceballs 2?
No, I have no idea if they were going to make it, but it was referenced in the first Spaceballs, but...
As a joke, but then I never saw this coming, especially in 2025. Mel Brooks is officially moving forward with the sequel. Rick Moranis, he's coming out of retirement. It's been, 20 years plus since he's been in a movie? And Bill Pullman is coming back. Keke Palmer is a new addition to the cast. The sequel to the cult sci-fi parody is expected to play on current sci-fi trends while honoring the original irreverent humor. Production is set to begin later this year, with Brooks producing, and the story involving a new generation of space misfits. Of course, Mel Brooks is returning as Yogurt. What is he like? He's like almost 100 now, I think.
Well, actually, I heard that he's 99 years old.
He's 99.
But he's almost 100.
That is incredible.
So I don't know if they're going to release this movie this year or in 2020, 2027, because
it's coming out in 2027. Like,
it's too long. It's too long.
I mean, they got to develop it and all that. But and then Bill Pullman's son, he's joining the film, so that's gonna be great. I wonder what they're gonna do to honor the legacy and the life of John Candy, who of course played the legendary character Barf.
Actually, they're gonna do a CGI or AI version?
No,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
They better not. That'd be awful.
Maybe I think John Candy has sons. I think they might play Barf, or I'm not sure.
I have no idea. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic, but I'm what do they say? I'm cautiously optimistic for this new sequel. Some other Mel Brooks news. They're making an FX show called The Very Young Frankenstein. It's being developed by FX, and it's going to be a comedic TV series inspired by the 1974 classic Young Frankenstein. The project is nearing pilot order and brings together a powerhouse of creative team. Brooks himself will executive produce alongside Taika Waititi, which Thor movies, amongst many other great films and stuff like that. Of course, he was a part of What We Do in the Shadows, which is an excellent show. The show is teased as either a prequel or follow-up, possibly exploring a younger Frankenstein or a descendant with the same irreverent humor as the movie. FX hasn't announced cast or plot details, but with Brooks's blessing and backing from Disney's legacy Fox studio, it's positioned to blend horror parody roots with sharp TV comedy. That sounds promising. I don't know. What do you think about a young?
It sounds good.
Frankenstein TV
Very
show.
good. A good tribute to Gene Wilder.
Oh, definitely. I bet they were going to pay their respects to Gene Wilder and all the the lovely actors that have passed on from that movie. That sounds like it has a lot of potential to be great. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Mel Brooks verse. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, and our last bit of movie news. This is a sad bit of movie news. We have several in memoriams that we want to address. First off, of course, the legendary Val Kilmer, who had passed away on April 1st. What a legend, right?
Oh yeah, he was so legendary. I had no idea he was gonna pass on, because there was we all knew he had cancer. He had throat cancer, but I mean, we didn't know how long he was gonna live. But his body of work, honestly, 100% awesome.
It's astonishing. I mean, so many great movies. Of course, the highly very hilarious spy movie.
Top Secret.
Top Secret. I kept wanting to say Top Gun, which he was in Top Gun as well. But yeah, Top Secret. And my mind was flipping between the two titles. Very underrated title, Top Secret. He plays the hilarious Nick Rivers. He's like an Elvis type, famous singer, and he turns into a spy. Wonderful movie. I believe it was his first entry, and of course he was in many other legendary films, like we said, Top Gun, as Iceman. He was in Willow, Mad Mardigan. Of course, the legendary Tombstone. What an amazing film, right? Tombstone is.
Oh yeah, very, very good.
And of course, one of my favorite movies, The Doors. He played the legendary Jim Morrison. I was first introduced to Val Kilmer through Batman Forever, which it wasn't well received by Batman fans, but as a kid growing up in that time, when did it come out? Like 94?
1995.
95. I was right in my demographic. Very kid friendly. especially after Tim Burton's Batman Returns, and the whole controversy with selling, the McDonald's kids toys and marketing it to children when it was a very dark movie with Mike with what's Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito spewing black sludge, spewing black sludge from his mouth and eating fish and biting people's noses off, and people getting electrocuted to death. They wanted to go more kid friendly, and I was right in that demographic. And Val Kilmer was very a big part of that. Seeing him as Batman, I remember getting all the toys from that movie and whatnot. And very legendary. And then people really look back on that performance, especially fondly, even though the movie isn't looked back with as much fondness. They say he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest actor to play Bruce Wayne, which I think he's definitely high up there. He was really great. And I'm sure if the studio didn't want them to go so kid friendly, he would have done an even better job at bringing that kind of dark and brooding to Batman. In which there is a what's his name? The director, Joel Schumacher. There is a Joel Schumacher cut that goes a little bit more dark into the psyche.
Dark. It actually, there was a scene that I saw a clip of it on YouTube that actually scared the bejesus out of me.
Oh, is with the bat?
Oh yeah,
that giant humanoid bat thing.
Jeez,
they kind of borrowed that when they did Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah, that kind of he's talking to Alfred, and all of a sudden he's looking at the bat, and all of a sudden the bat is looking in the camera like you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. But yeah, I was introduced to Val Kilmer through that, and then eventually, as I got older, then when I got into the Doors music, then I wanted to see the movie, and of course, Val Kilmer, he portrayed Jim Morrison, legendary performance. I think he captured the essence of him. I know there was a lot of issues with the rest of the Doors members saying that he wasn't right for the role, but I think he captured not necessarily the real Jim Morrison, but he captured the legend that was Jim Morrison. And
exactly.
Did an excellent job.
He captured the essence, the myth, the awesomeness.
Yeah.
But I saw it yet again, and it is 100% good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had a humble brag. I had a chance to meet Val Kilmer back in 2009.
That's right.
Oh, no, 2010. Back in 2010, San Diego Comic-Con. He was signing autographs, and I had to get an autograph. Luckily, I knew he was going to be there ahead of time, so I brought my Doors DVD, and it's double signed by him because he was nice enough to notice that the ink, when he signed the cover, it was starting to bead up on the cover because it was really glossy. And so he pointed it out. He's like, "Hey, see how it's beading up here? Let me sign it on the back just in case if it wipes off, And he signed it twice, so I have a double signature from him. I'm never gonna sell it. I'm not one of those people that sells off the stuff after the person passes away to make a quick buck. No, it's I'm gonna
right, ladies and gentlemen.
cherish the memories. Keep my DVD. I've actually gotten rid of most of my DVD cases and put them in a book just to save space. But I kept all my autographed DVDs. So I have my Val Kilmer right now is sitting right next to Tommy Wiseau, who cannot compare in any way. But anyway, I digress. Not to get too off topic. All right. Continuing with our in memoriam, Jonathan Joss, best known for voicing John Redcorn.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it. I'm like, what?
He was fatally shot outside of his San Antonio home on June 1st at the age of 59. A man has been arrested in connection with the killing, which authorities say was a hate crime motivated by Joss's sexual orientation, which is just terrible. Investigators believe the act was targeted and not random. Of course, the guy's saying that he was just defending himself, but that sounds like bullshit. He's been having a ongoing harassment going on, including his house being burned down. So it sounds like there's a lot more going on than just self-defense here. Yeah, that's so sad. And also actor Harris Yulin, a veteran actor with a career spanning from film to television and Broadway, passed away at the age of 87. I bet you know him best as Judge Wexler, I believe his name was, but they called him the Hammer.
From Ghostbusters 2! Oh.
Yeah, he passed away.
When?
Just on June 10th. He passed away on June 10th.
Oh.
And also, another actor who passed away that I really liked, Gaylord Sartain, a longtime cast member of Hee Haw.
Oh, the one from the Ernest movies.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we love our Ernest movies. He was in Ernest.
He was in a Simpsons episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He played Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Big Daddy.
I didn't know who he was, but when Aaron looked it up, it was like, it's Galen Sertan. You know,
Yeah.
He didn't recognize the voice, but it was like.
He was also in The Outsiders and Fried Green Tomatoes, just to name a few. Legendary actor, hilarious in the Ernest movies.
And of course, he was in this drama movie called Guilty by Suspicion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a movie that had, Martin Scorsese had a cameo, but it was this movie where Robert De Niro's character was a communist. And
Right.
It was a very, very intense drama movie, but it had the great late George Wendt.
Of course, that's another one. He's known more for TV, and this is a movie podcast, so I didn't include George Wendt. But of course, we got to talk about George Wendt. I mean, I'm sure he's been in movies. I can't think of one right now. But
Gung Ho.
Oh, there you go.
Guilty by Suspicion.
You're more
Man of the
knowledgeable
House.
than I am. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Of course, legendary George Wendt played Norm on Cheers for years. And yeah, that's so sad. And last but not least, Jack Betts, also known by the pseudonym Hunt Powers, passed away in his sleep on June 19th at his home in Los Osos, California, at the age of 96. He had a 6-decade-long career starting in spaghetti westerns like Sugar Colts and appearing in major films and TV shows, including Spider-Man.
Oh, that was the guy?
Yeah, he played one of the board members that...
I didn't know about that. I thought it was like...
that ousted...
and all of a sudden...
Yeah, he was the one that ousted Norman Osborn out of his company. That caused him to go crazy. He was the one that said,
everyone's
"You're out."
passing away.
Yeah, well,
Holy moly.
he's old,
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that said, "You're out, Norman." And then Norman said, "Am I?" Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, it's sad. A lot of great people passed away in this industry, but like I said, we can remember them forever by watching their movies. It's like they'll live on forever.
Exactly.
And that concludes this week in movie news. Now let's get on with the show. Right. So, I just want to take this episode to talk about some of the things that we've seen, while we've been on our hiatus. So, what's the movies that you've seen recently?
I have seen the Mission Impossible movie Final Reckoning. Really, really good. Except that Tom Cruise really needs to get a stunt double because I'm, really, really worried about him because if he might injure himself, it's like, dude, you got to get yourself a stunt double.
Well, this is the last one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he might make another one. There's a rumor that he might make an Iron Man movie, but that is, rumor-ish.
Yeah. It's called Final Reckoning. I'm assuming he'll do other movies. But I wonder if he's going to start winding down. Remember he said that he wanted to do these until he was in a wheelchair. So I wonder if he's going to like not necessarily Mission Impossible movies, but I wonder if he's going to keep doing crazy stunts. How long could he go?
No. It depends on his career as an actor, but just a wonderful, wonderful actor who just does his movies, is very known for his Mission Impossible movies, I just hope he is, feeling better. I hope he is, gets a stunt double for real.
Yeah. He's gonna definitely get himself killed one of these days. Especially he's like flying off of cliffs and stuff, and it's like, man,
those height scenes, man. I was like, ugh.
I know he gets like the best of the best to help him perform these stunts, but it's like something's gonna go wrong, and I don't know. But he loves this stuff, man. So it's hard to really, you can't really convince Tom Cruise of anything. He's gonna find a way to do what he wants to do, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. stuff happens.
You know what?
Art imitates life, and life imitates art.
There you go. I know you love saying that. One thing that I've watched, it's a documentary on HBO Max. I believe it's called Pee Wee as Himself.
Oh!
Have you had a chance to watch that? I told you
I
to watch
have not, but I really want to see it.
Watch it. It's great. It's of course about the late great Paul Rubens, who passed away of cancer. He didn't let anyone know of his illness when he passed away, but they were working on a documentary, and he actually passed away before it came out. So they were able to get all the footage that he had recorded ahead of time. But, it goes from, it's a 2-part documentary. It goes from the beginning of his life and career until the very end, and it details a lot of the his experience in life, and it talks about how he was closeted homosexual, which he kept a secret because he thought it would help his career, which is sad. He felt like they had to hide that part of himself. And so he kept that a secret for years, and it talks about the creation of the infamous Pee Wee character, and dealing with just trying to come up in the industry, and it's really interesting, and it's fun, and a lot of his friends, that were a big part of coming up with that character in that show and those movies. They're on the documentary, including the lady who plays Elvira. I can't think of her name right now. But yeah, she was part of the Groundlings with him, amongst other actors and whatnot. Yeah, and he also talks about some of the controversies, like the whole thing that happened in the theater, if you know, you know. and being accused of improprieties, which really it took a toll on him because he wasn't guilty of any of those things. And one of the things, and it really brought him down. But he had a good friend group to help bring him back up again. So yeah, and then it's just fun hearing him talk. You can tell he's a bit of a pill to work with, but I think that's what makes a lot of geniuses. I mean, but he was also a great friend to a lot of people. He kept in contact with the people that he worked with over the years. And he could have met them, briefly, and he would always say, wish them a happy birthday and check up on them, and so he had that kind of dualness to him, like we all do, But definitely check it out.
Oh yeah,
it's a great exploration of a legend.
Actually, Batman trivia. Guess who was gonna be the Penguin's father in Batman Returns?
Well, he was the Penguin's father.
Actually, originally it was going to be Burgess Meredith, who was going to be the Penguin's father.
Really?
But due to health problems, he couldn't be in there, so it was Paul Rubens who played the...
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to say, but I didn't expect the whole Burgess Meredith thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Batman trivia, so it's like...
You threw a curveball.
Yeah.
Curveball at me.
I threw a curveball, so, but, it's just Batman trivia, but whoever knows about this stuff.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't know that, but that's cool. Yeah, it ended up being Pee Wee, Paul Rubens playing Oswald Cobblepot's father, and then the one who played his mom was the one who played Simone in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. They're doing a whole anniversary tour for the 30th anniversary. No, sorry, the 40th anniversary. Oh my God!
Ooh, it's been a long time.
Getting old. The 40th anniversary of Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and then a lot of the actors who were on that movie were going along with the tour, including the actress who played Simone, of course E.G. Daily played Dottie. She's also known as a credible voice actress. Played Tommy Pickles in Rugrats and all that. But yeah, 40 years. Jeez,
holy moly.
What?
But yeah, checked out the documentary. Another documentary I've also been watching. It's done a second season now. Is Light and Magic, that talks about the creation of ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects company that does a lot of the great special effects work. Starting with Star Wars, it was created. Out of the need to make the movie Star Wars, so George Lucas formed ILM, with the limited technology they had back then, he helped develop a lot of the technology they used to make a lot of these amazing movies. They didn't have a company that could do all this stuff, and they put all this technology together. And it's incredible to see it. The season 1 deals with a lot of that old school stuff. Season 2, they talk about a lot of the new school stuff, going into CGI. Of course, starting with Jurassic Park, moving on up, all the way to modern films. It's really interesting. I didn't find it as interesting as the old school filmmaking techniques, like using motion control cameras, optical printers, model making, and all that stop motion. I find that stuff more fascinating.
Oh yeah,
but
it's very good.
It definitely goes into some interesting subjects, dealing with new technology, and also it takes time to address the whole Jar Jar situation, which I don't know if you know a lot about, but of course Jar Jar Binks was a character in Star Wars that didn't get he got a terribly negative reception, and I got to admit I didn't like the character either. But the problem with that is a lot of people directed that anger of the character towards the actor who played him, and it.
Who was the actor?
I knew you were going to ask me that. And I'm drawing a blank on the name here, so I'll insert it here.
His name is Ahmed Best. Nice job being prepared, guys.
But unfortunately, this is a serious subject. It drove him to almost commit suicide by jumping off a bridge. But through fate, or whatever you want to call it, there was a gust of wind that blew him back, and it kind of shook him out of his state that he was in, and he realized, what the heck am I doing? This isn't the end for me. And he went on to kind of eventually he was able to come full circle and learn to love that role. And he saw all the people, the generation that grew up with Jar Jar, came around, and it turns out that there was a lot of love for that character, because it was made for children. It wasn't made for those angry adults who didn't get the point of Jar Jar Binks. And there's a lot of those kids grew up loving Jar Jar, and now they're able to express that to him, and it's kind of been a healing process for him, and they go into that, which is interesting. So I would definitely recommend Light and Magic Season 2 on Disney Plus. It's a wonderful documentary. What about you? Is there anything that you've been watching on TV?
No, not really. Just Seinfeld clips. Just the Simpsons TV show, the earlier seasons.
Me too. I love watching Seinfeld. It's usually on repeat in the background. It's a good show to watch
awesome.
When you're doing stuff, cleaning, doing the dishes, or doing.
I actually have it on YouTube. The whole
chores.
seasons, 9 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, you have it on DVD?
Well, actually, I have it on YouTube on digital,
YouTube.
so I can watch it whenever I.
Oh yeah, it's on Netflix. But
oh yeah.
Did you get Netflix again?
Oh, I did, but I don't watch it that much because I don't know what's going to be on that much.
Yeah. Like I said, I mostly use Netflix for Seinfeld, but I'm usually on Disney Plus lately, especially with. Another thing I just started is Ironheart. It's pretty good so far. Of course, it's getting review bombed by a bunch of ass hats, but so far so good. I'm enjoying it. The only real Disney Plus Marvel show that I haven't enjoyed was Secret Wars. It was boring. I don't know. Did you see Secret Wars?
No, I don't think I did.
I don't know. I didn't like it for some reason. I didn't know.
Is it on Disney Plus or?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. It was just very blah, and then the big fight scene was just a total joke. With what's her face? I can't remember the actress's name, but she played a Skrull, and she absorbed all the powers, and they were doing fights with she has a Drax arm and
Secret Invasion.
Sorry, not Secret Wars, just Secret Invasion. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I totally botched that one.
It's okay. It's all right. It happens to all.
Secret Invasion. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was just bad. I don't know. I didn't like it. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I saw it. Okay. I saw all 6 seasons.
Yeah.
It was kind of they were trying to throw us a curveball, as it always does. Marvel is secretive, but they always bring in the good stuff. Movies, TV series, and whatnot. But yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, they
and
definitely
it's
had a
really,
dip.
really different.
They've definitely had a dip in quality, but I'm still following along. I'm hoping that these next Avenger movies are really going to hit the mark. They brought back the Russos in an attempt to rectify certain inequities and bring back their former glory. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like they've been on a shaky path with this whole multiverse saga. So we'll see if they can get their mojo back. But yeah, like so far, I'm enjoying Ironheart. I've only seen the first episode, so I can't really speak too much of it. But I like the character Riri Williams. She first showed up in Black Panther 2, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. They're bringing like more of like that in this show. They're doing like the dark magic mixed with the technology. It's a very interesting path. There's a character speculated to pop up, so I can't really speak to that because I haven't.
I'm not gonna say it either.
But we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition. One thing I also saw was finally now it's on Disney Plus. Captain America: Brave New World. Did you watch it?
I did actually.
I liked it a lot.
Very, very good.
It was good.
But
it was good.
Of course, they had the design for the leader of Tim Blake Nelson. They had the original design of it, which is really awesome. But nowadays, they made it so different that he has a broccoli head. It's so
broccoli
different.
head. He does have a broccoli head.
I didn't know
yeah,
why.
that's my only. That's also my only nitpick for the show, is that they botched the design of the leader. They had a really good design that was very comic accurate. But yeah, they did what they did. It's oh well. I'm not gonna cry over it, but
Yeah, I'm not.
the
I'm not
movie
gonna cry
itself
over
was
it.
pretty solid. I didn't really buy. Actually, I didn't. I love Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah,
I didn't really buy him
Very
as
legendary.
I didn't really buy him as General Ross. I don't know why. What they should have done, and it would have been really like meta, and I think it would have been perfection, was to bring back. And of course, I'm drawing a blank because we're doing this in one take. The guy who says, "Beef is what's for dinner." What's his name? The guy who played the General Ross in the Eric Bana Hulk. Very famous
Sam
guy.
Neill?
No,
Sam Elliott.
Elliott. Thank you. Sam Elliott. Beef is what's for dinner. Yes, Sam Elliott. They should have brought him back. It would have been very meta. It would have also almost made the Eric Bana Hulk canon. I feel like he's almost more physically comparable to the guy who played General Ross in the MCU than Harrison Ford is. I don't know. I didn't really think of him as General Ross. It could have been a whole new character. It should have been a whole new character. I didn't really have that connection. And when he met back up with spoiler alert, when he met back up with Betty and they were talking and whatnot, and they brought back Liv Tyler, who was in the the Incredible Hulk movie, part of the MCU
Norton.
with the Ed Norton version. This whole thing's so confusing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like, I don't know, and especially since he didn't have the mustache the whole time. There was a clip of him with the mustache, and it looked really kind of awkward. I don't know. I didn't like him with the mustache. I thought adding the mustache would have made him more like General Ross. But I mean, like I said, he's a wonderful actor. I love him. He's a legend. But I think that Sam Elliott should have come back. What do you think?
Yep. He should have came back.
Beef is what's for dinner. I loved him in Ghost Rider also. I think, remember, he was a legend in that too.
Oh yeah.
The Contract of San Venganza. He played the original rider and the horse. That was cool. But anyway, not to get too off topic here. I would recommend Captain America: Brave New World. I wish they would have given Anthony Mackie his intro to Captain America in a feature film. Of course, they did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was good. It suffered from some COVID problems because they had to cut some storylines and really work around filming in the pandemic. So the story suffered a bit. So I felt like they should have saved his introduction as becoming Captain America for the movie, but they did the best they could. So he's he's Cap at the beginning of this movie. And yeah, I think it's a pretty solid entry. It doesn't get it, it doesn't get credit. It didn't. None of these movies are doing that well in theaters. Even the Thunderbolts, which I heard a lot of people loved, it didn't do well financially. So I don't know. It's just a tough time for Marvel.
I was gonna see it, but I couldn't get a chance to. But if it comes out on DVD, I will definitely go and see it.
Yeah, I've been having it's hard for me to go see a movie nowadays, especially with having a daughter. It's just, you can't, you have to see something family friendly. You can't just take her to, any old movie. And, and I'm also busy with work and whatnot. So it's hard. It's hard, man, to see movies nowadays. But that's why I wait for Disney Plus. Thankfully streaming, especially when a movie doesn't do financially that well, they'll dump it on streaming, a couple months afterwards. So I usually check out stuff online. Another thing I wanted to bring up, Jaws. Jaws is the 50th anniversary of Jaws. 50 years of Jaws.
Wow! Woohoo!
Yeah, man. What do you remember about your first time seeing Jaws?
Oh, I just remember the.
Oh yeah, legendary score by the great John Williams.
Oh yeah, and of course the whole thing about the we need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely. It's just a masterclass, which is funny because Steven Spielberg was just kind of gritting his teeth through the whole thing. I mean, he was a young director, filming in the actual ocean and on Martha's Vineyard and with the faulty technology of back then, and it was a really seat of the pants kind of operation, and he made something epic. Kind of, it's kind of that whole young filmmaker kind of, I can do things because I'm not. I think Orson Welles said it best. You do things because you don't know that you can't. You don't have that jaded mentality, and so when you're young and doing anything, you kind of go in thinking, oh, I could do this, even though it seems impossible to most. They do it because they don't know that they don't know any better, and they pull off some amazing things. And I think that's what's great about the movie. It's just that sense of ingenuity. I mean, the cast is just epic. I even love how they got the actual people who lived in Martha's Vineyard to be like the background actors and whatnot. It just adds a lot of personality to it. What's one of your most memorable moments from that movie?
Jaws?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Richard Dreyfuss, just the whole shark thing when everyone escapes out on the beach, and the whole you need a bigger boat, and the whole just the whole high octane of the music and the casting, Richard Dreyfuss, just the awesomeness of the whole movie, just plain awesome, just really awesome.
My favorite character is Quint. I think he's hilarious, and I like how he was actually drunk. for some of the, I mean, obviously stuff he dealt with alcoholism and whatnot, but there was a lot of the scenes where they're supposed to be drunk. He was actually drunk. I think they were at one point. And then when they were on the boat, weren't they like actually all drunk or something like that?
I didn't remember that, but I think it was that time, but. Nowadays, Hollywood doesn't let them do that because, when you're acting, they won't just tolerate that stuff.
That's old school filmmaking, yeah. But Robert Shaw, he was a legend, mate. And his son, he actually he looks just like him. He was in a play about the making of Jaws, and he dressed as the character of Quint. I mean, he's a dead ringer for his dad. He looks amazing. One of my, I think the most memorable moment for me is the first time I've ever seen Jaws. I can't remember when or where it was, but I don't know. We might have rented it from the library or something. That's where we got most of our movies, because that was before streaming. You can just if you wanted to see a movie you didn't own,
the good old days.
You had to go either watch it on TV or you had to go out to a movie rental place. Or, what we did, we went to the library, we rented that, brought it back home on VHS, We watched it, and he had to be kind and rewind and take it back. But nowadays it's so easy, you know. But yeah, we probably rented it from the library, and the moment that stuck out to me the most. I wasn't scared of the movie for the most part, but there's one part that scared the crap out of me when I first saw it. It's almost like a jump scare, but it's not one of those typical jump scares you see nowadays where like there's a loud noise that plays and some scary face. It was that scene where they're going to investigate. I can't remember the character's name, but they find his boat like abandoned, and then they go. They send Richard Dreyfuss' character Hooper under in the scuba gear. And he's investigating in the area, and all of a sudden the guy's corpse just gently floats into frame, and that scared the shit out of me. You see his dead body just floating under the water, and then that was a really memorable moment. You remember that part?
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the part where he finds like the giant shark tooth. In the wreckage, and he's like, it's as big as a shot glass. But I think he ended up dropping it when he got scared. And what do you call it? Or was it no? Yeah, it was. Anyway, he ended up dropping it, and then that's when they realized that they're dealing with something way bigger than they ever imagined. Because a lot of people the townspeople are trying to dismiss it as just like a little shark, and they thought they had caught the shark. But it turns out it was something way smaller than the shark that was actually out there. And so they went to investigate to see if they could find what's going on. But yeah, definitely an epic movie. I wish we had more time to talk about Jaws. Originally, I wanted to do a whole episode on it, but it didn't quite work out that way. We're just kind of doing a mishmash of things. But yeah, definitely a wonderful film.
It's just a good summer movie, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it has some kind of dream sequence, and of course, when a movie has a dream sequence, if it has one, I don't mind. If it has 2, 3, 4,
what?
I don't like it.
What?
A dream sequence?
Yeah, if it has like one dream sequence, and then it's alright for me. But if it has 4, then I'm like, what's going on? I thought it was going to be about the movie and this and that. I mean, the dream sequences are kind of different.
What dream sequence are you talking about?
How if a person is dead, and of course they dreamt it, and it's kind of.
Was there a dream sequence in Jaws?
I think it was in Jaws 4, which is
4.
Yeah.
Oh, I never seen those. I never seen the sequels.
Yeah, well, Michael Caine's in there.
Oh, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's right. I remember. Yeah. But the Jaws sequels are just bollocks. Forget about those. Especially 3 and 4. But not to get too off topic.
Not to get too off topic.
Man, that really threw me off. I'm like, what a dream sequence! I don't remember a dream. Did I not? Am I misremembering the movie? I don't know. Yeah. So then another thing I want to talk about. What is the summer movie that you're looking forward to the most this year?
Let's see, the summer movie, I don't know, Is
it F1? Is it Superman? Is it
Superman,
Fantastic Four?
Superman, the new one, Fantastic Four.
I gotta say, I'm looking forward to Superman more than anything. Normally I love Marvel the most, and I do think this new Fantastic Four movie looks great, but Superman, it looks amazing. I gotta say, I don't know. And of course, James Gunn. I love the Guardians movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3 are some of the best Marvel movies. And I really like what he's doing with this DC universe. So I definitely have to say, Superman is my number 1 summer movie this year.
And it'll be the first time we see Crypto, the super dog.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's my number 1. I can't think of anything else that's coming out. That new Jurassic World movie looks like shite.
Well, it has Scarlett Johansson, so it has to be good.
Oh, is that a rule?
Well, no, but it's they have Scarlett Johansson in the movie, so it's very, very different. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be different, gonna be good. I mean, I probably won't have any qualms about it, but I mean, it has to be good either way.
Well, I mean,
if it
I
doesn't
feel
do
like
good, then,
I think you take a more relaxed approach
Oh, yeah.
to movie viewing.
Definitely, yeah.
Anything goes. But I don't know. I don't think it looks like. I don't think it looks good. Like even those Jurassic World movies were just like the first one was okay, and then it just got worse and worse. And then I wish I had my soundboard drop with Jeff Goldblum saying that's a big one pile of shit. But that's pretty much my review for the Jurassic World movies. But yeah. I think that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Man Who Watched Movies.
Tune in for more good stuff.
We just wanted to touch
time.
base with everybody and let you know that we're not dead. We haven't gone away. We haven't we haven't quit. We've just been busy, but hopefully we can return next week. I want to do an episode on Back to the Future because it is the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. As of July 3rd, as the official anniversary date of Back to the Future. It's definitely a movie that holds a special place in my heart. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite movie. So I want to talk about Back to the Future in length. So hopefully, I think that's the movie I want to talk about next for next week's episode. I know we've been very inconsistent with coming back, but I definitely want to make it back next week to talk about Back to the Future. This will be our 4th of July celebration, Back to the Future extravaganza. And, I'm going to try and make it over to the studio so we can talk about that. So keep an eye out for that. But this has been, it's been fun just being back here with you, just chatting about movies. I'm definitely going to be late to work, but I will call them and let them know. My name is Alec.
And my name's DJ the Movie Man Wagner, and the COE of the Men Who Watch Movies.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but hey, we'll see you soon, so take care.
Definitely.
And remember to keep on watching.
And
take care,
fascism.
You guys. And, take care. Please keep watching us.
Definitely.
Please.